Hey there everyone, Jake Sirota here, and welcome back to this week's episode of Authority Builders Ranking Secrets. Now, before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can keep track of all things SEO and AI search. Now, this week's episode, we're going to be talking about link building in the AI era. We're going to be covering what's changed and how to win right now in this competitive space. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it. What's the deal? What's really changed with link building in 2025? Well, here's the deal. Link building isn't dead, no matter what anyone tells you. But the rules have definitely shifted a little bit. According to Search Engine Roundtable, we're seeing still some ranking volatility from the most recent spam update from Google, which actually just wrapped up a few weeks ago. So what does this really mean for link building? Well, one, quantity is definitely now overshadowed by quality. Quality and context are what Google's looking for when it comes to links. Also, think about brand signals. Mentions of your entity. This is what's going to get you cited in LLM search and traditional web search results. Relevance matters more than raw link volume. Sites are way more vulnerable if you're still doing link building like you did back in 2015. So for example, if you're still relying on outdated, spammy private blog networks and other linking networks, or like Web 2.0 links that have no actual value to the internet, well, maybe it's time to change tactics. The bottom line is you still need to build backlinks, but you have to build the right kind. The kind that AI models are going to want to see, and the kind that actually pass the eye test with real people as well. We're not just trying to game the system with volumes of links anymore. One strong strategic backlink that actually sends a real referral to your website is going to be way more valuable from an SEO perspective than thousands and thousands of backlinks that have no real value. And that used to not be the case. Okay, now that we've laid some groundwork into what's actually shifting when it comes to link building, let's talk about the first strategy that we recommend to employ in 2025 when it comes to new, updated link building practices. Strategy number one, start with brand mentions in entity signals. The first major shift that you need to internalize is that search engines are increasingly interpreting brand mentions, entity associations, and link context as signals. Not only is Google shifting their traditional search algorithm towards this, but we're seeing again and again throughout all kinds of models like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude. They're all doing similar things. No matter where you want your brand to show up, this type of link building is extremely important. Real, organic brand mentions. I'm talking about reviews on third-party websites, comparison articles, all kinds of signals that from tons of different review websites. That's what's going to get you trusted in AI search and in traditional search. So here's a couple of action steps that you can use today, especially if you have a nice software like Ahrefs or something like that. 1. Audit your brand being mentioned without a link. You can use things like Ahrefs Content Explorer or Ahrefs Brand Radar to find these. Then, find the contact information of whoever wrote that article and reach out to them asking for a backlink. Action item number 2. Ensure your link acquisition targets are aligned with your brand and industry so that they make sense contextually to Google. That's how you're going to establish your authority and your expertise in search engines. Action item number 3. Related to all this, make sure you're not just focusing on the backlink itself, but on the reference. The contextual things that are around the hyperlink to your website is going to be more important now more than ever as Google is increasingly spending time on entity signals. What that means for our clients over at Authority Builders is that when we handle your link building, we're not just chasing coverage. We optimize for your brand mention to establish you as the authority, and then also, of course, the link opportunity, because at the end of the day, we're doing this for both humans and for robots. So this really ensures that your link profile reinforces your brand authority while also still sending the backlink signals that are needed. For those of you who are doing link prospecting and outreach on your own, and it has to do with prospecting and outreach using new systems with AI and data. So really at the end of the day, we know that Google systems are getting smarter and more AI-centric than ever. So your outreach kind of needs to get smarter as well because, well, your competitors are able to do outreach at a much faster scale because of AI as well. So here's how to level up your prospecting and your link outreach techniques. Tip number 1, make sure you're using your tools to identify websites that not only just link out to other websites, but link to relevant contextual information in your niche. So just because a website offers you a backlink doesn't mean that that's where you should put your effort. Sometimes getting a more relevant backlink from a website with lesser metrics is actually going to do more for you in the long run. Number 2, prioritize based on things like real value, topic, audience, authority, and natural linking patterns. So look for websites that are linking out to similar websites like yours. For example, if one of your competitors had a write-up on a tech blog, then reach out to that tech blog and see if you can get a write-up for your company as well. And the biggest tip, as people are increasingly doing their own outreach with link building, is to make sure that you're demonstrating value. This is what's going to stand out. Now, all of us have probably been getting, for years now, Dear Sir/Ma'am link outreach emails that are just asking you to maybe put a link on your website or trying to sell you spammy backlinks that everyone else is selling. Well, what you need to do is demonstrate real value by offering proprietary case studies, white papers. Make it collaborative with the actual publishers of a website. That's how you're going to establish that real brand recognition that Google and AI models are actually looking for, versus just chasing a referring domain. All right, strategy number 3, and this is probably the most evergreen and my personal favorite strategy that we've been employing ourselves, and that's to build linkable assets that are tailored for 2025. Put yourself in your ideal customer profile's shoes and think about the issues that they're going through. Then create real tools, actually useful things like calculators, resource guides, white papers, things that people actually want to engage with. So that must actually solve a real problem and be fit for the machine. So this means create assets that people are naturally going to link to. So for example, one of the most powerful pages on the Authority Builders website is our DA checker tool. And it's simply just a tool that allows people to check their Moz domain authority. Well, it's resulted in some of the strongest backlinks for the Authority Builders website. Make sure you structure the asset so that search engines and AI models alike understand the problem that it's trying to solve. They can understand and cite it, which is going to make you the authority in your industry if you can actually create a tool or create a resource that helps real people. Not only does this do wonders for our link building, but an interactive tool or template that someone like bookmarks and just goes to naturally is going to do wonders for your brand authority. They're definitely going to trust you after that. Another interesting thing you can do if you have the resources is to create a deep dive report that journalists, bloggers, and sites will naturally want to reference. It's going to make your outreach campaigns a lot easier, and you'll probably just generate some organic, nice-looking backlinks on your own anyways, just by being a useful source in your industry. So that's why at Authority Builders, whenever we build link-focused content for you, we make sure it's not just another SEO-optimized blog post spat out of ChatGPT. It's a resource that we're actually writing to build your credibility and attract high-quality visitors to your website. Okay, let's move on to strategy number 4, which is more kind of like a maintenance tip or technique. You're going to want to make sure to monitor, clean, and evolve your link profile as you're managing your brand's authority online. And I'll be honest, in my career, this is where a lot of SEOs actually drop the ball. Acquisition is great, getting a nice amount of referring domains is awesome, but without monitoring how your brand is actually being mentioned in these backlinks, that's putting your brand at risk a little bit. So this most recent spam update has shown that Google is getting tougher about manipulative links and spammy profiles. So we recommend to set up automated audits, check for low-value links, unnatural patterns, and ensure your velocity makes sense. You want to scale your business growth with your actual public relation growth as well. That's what looks natural in this day and age. When monitoring your link profile over the course of the year, also make sure to check in on your high-value links pretty often. Optimize anchor text if needed, see if things have changed around in the article, or if maybe you've been placed lower on a list of recommendations. Reach out to publishers and see if you can massage the content a little bit more. That's how you're really going to keep track of your brand authority. All right, it's time for this week's Authority Builders Product Spotlight. Today we're going to be talking about our digital PR service, which really does take out the hardest parts of everything I've been talking about today. All right, it's time for this week's Authority Builders Spotlight. And today we're going to be talking about our digital PR service, which, if I'm being honest, takes care of a lot of the hardest parts of what I've been talking about today in this week's episode. If you're ready to level up your link building strategy in 2025, especially under these new rules with quality spam guidelines, well, our digital PR product is just what you need. From the very first point of contact with our team, we're going to combine strategic link gap analysis and analysis of your brand mentions, plus that of your competitors. Once you start working with us, our team starts executing an outreach and link placement strategy with the focus on relevance, context, and authority. Our team also provides ongoing monitoring to keep your profile healthy and aligned with the evolving SEO landscape. You can schedule a call with the team whenever you'd like, and we can also consult and help with the creation of linkable assets that actually level up your brand and your authority in your industry. So whether you're a solo SEO, an entrepreneur, or an agency looking to scale this for your clients, this program is designed to help you build links in that matter. And now it's time for this week's portion of 60 Seconds of SEO. So the biggest thing in the past week that I would mention is the ranking volatility that a lot of tracking tools are noticing. It's starting around October 15th, with the majority of it being in the 16th or 17th area. Lots of chatter on webmaster forums, and again, all kinds of different ranking volatility tools, such as SEMrush, is showing quite a bit of, volatility. So if you're noticing a fluctuation in traffic or rankings, that could definitely be why in the past week or so. Other than that, a couple of other quick hits is quality over quantity when it comes down to link building. If you're still doing Web 2.0s, move on. Try something else. I promise, it'll work out. Also, keep in mind that those unlinked brand mentions still matter. But if it can actually get you a nice authoritative backlink, it's worth reaching out. Also, remember, if you're doing outreach yourself, you need data-backed value. AI is helping search engines, so you need to help AI help search engines. That's about it for this week's episode of Authority Builders Ranking Secrets. Make sure to keep in mind that link building in 2025 isn't necessarily harder, it's just shifting in strategy a bit. If you're ready to build authority links that future-proof your SEO and align with what Google and LLMs actually want, well, we've got you covered at Authority Builders. So let me know, which strategy are you going to be trying today? Or are you looking for more help? And are you looking for people to, help you out with your content and link building strategy? If so, make sure to book a call with our team and make sure to subscribe and like to keep track of all things SEO and AI search. Cheers.